I forgot to roll the intro.
What's up, everybody?
It's a cold start tonight.
I'm over here like
welcome,
staring
everyone.
at my screen trying to figure something out.
Sorry
I thought I
about
had
that.
time.
Yeah, sorry about that. Welcome, everyone. Cindy and Tyler with you on this Saturday match day. Lady United at the Philadelphia Union. How are you feeling about this match?
I mean, if I'm being honest, I'm not feeling exceptionally great,
Me neither.
being completely honest. And I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy. This is a tough match. This is going to be a tough match, no matter which way you look at it.
Yeah, it is. We already talked about how dominant Atlanta or Philadelphia has been against Atlanta, especially at Subaru Park. We talked about just how dominant the Union have been over this past few weeks, and yeah, Atlanta United, they have this habit to play up against the level of their opponents. Thanks, Omar. But yeah, they have the tendency to play up to the level of their opponents, and hopefully that's the case tonight. Hopefully they don't lay an egg, because we talked about if they lose tonight, essentially you can kiss playoffs goodbye, because if you look at the standings right now, if they lose, they'll be still at 33 points. Then if Montreal, Nashville, and DC all win, you're what, 6 points or 4 points behind Montreal.
Yep.
And 3 points behind Nashville, DC, and you still have to leapfrog those teams to get to the playoffs. So must win. I feel like we've been talking about must wins for Atlanta United for a while. And hopefully they can get that win tonight against the Philadelphia Union. Would you like to talk about lineups?
Let's do it.
So let's talk about lineups. And there's one big change that has been made to the starting 11 for Atlanta United. Tyler Wolff is in the starting 11 for the first time in what seems like forever, as there's some lineups for you right there. Tyler Wolff starting on the left wing in place of Xande Silva, who remains out with foot injury. I'm trying to get it so you guys can see this lineup properly, but that's the only change. Rios up top, leading the line, because TRA is injured, pretty much made the choice for Rob Valentina anyway, or right there. Back line, four-man back line, so nothing earth-shattering there. Leash still 11, Fortune still 11. But yeah, the big one is Wolff on the left wing. And like I said, he hasn't played in ages. He kind of got casted off like Pineda and certain players like your Morenos, etc. But no, we talked about, and Matt saying Mascara is a super sub. We talked about the role that Mascara plays for this team, not necessarily started for this team, but come in and affect the match. And Ariel saying too, affect the match in different ways. So it looks like Rob Valentina is taking that same approach this evening. I do see Matt Edwards in the team tonight, Luke Brennan in the team tonight, as well as last time out. Good to see Ronnie Hernandez back on the bench, back in the team. I know some would say it's not good to see him on the team, but no, he provides some depth. He provides some leadership for you. And I don't like to dump on Ronald Hernandez. I mean, he has some good qualities, but he's a little bit polarizing, so don't want to dump on him, certainly. But yeah, again, big one is Wolff on the left wing.
Yeah, I mean, look, the thing is, like last year, Wolff was that guy that was in the right place at the right time. Tyler Wolff just had this knack of I mean, it's fundamental soccer. I said it last year a million times, right? He goes to the back post. It's phenomenal what can happen when you have somebody on the right-hand side that likes to send balls over the top, normally to the back post, and there's somebody there waiting for it. And that's what happened to Tyler Wolff last year. That's what got the team the late draw against Orlando in Orlando last year. I mean, it happened a handful of times. So he just needs to play his game. He needs to come into this and play. He doesn't need to try to be Xande Silva. He doesn't need to be Edwin Mosquera. He needs to be Tyler Wolff. Just go play your game. Run it, guys. You're young. I mean, he's not slow, right? He's got some pace on him.
So real quick, let me
ask you this:
Are you surprised to see him start?
Not really, because I think you're going to get more out of Edwin Mosquera for coming on in the. I would say early. I would maybe say like the 60th minute, the latest, just so that you can get a guy that's going to come on, bring you some fireworks, bring you some energy, running at some, I know the tired legs cliche, but no, I mean, I like it. I'm happy with it. I think, it's essentially the same game plan, except you can't use Shonde Silva at this point. Tyler Wolf has done well, not so much this year, but he's done well at the left wing. So put him back in there, and that's the biggest thing. Just let him play his game. Let him go in and do his thing, and he likes to get up pretty high, right? And he's got Amador back behind him, so he can have a little bit of freedom. And I'm curious to see. I think the biggest X factor for that whole thing is going to be how does he work with Moranchuk and Rios and Slish, because we haven't really seen him play with any of them at this point.
Right. Yeah. Just to kind of answer the question I asked myself, I'm a little surprised to see him start, although I don't think he has a lot of options for Atlanta, but he hasn't played in forever. I think that's the only thing. He hasn't played in ages, and trying to find out when his last match was for Atlanta United. But maybe it's a sense of a player that knows he needs to take his opportunity, because we talked about it with this team. His last match was for Atlanta United was just a quick run out on August 31st against Charlotte, 1-0 win. Maybe it's another player that knows he needs to get things put together, because he might not be here next year. He might not be with the team next year, whether that be, by route of, just his option not being picked up or being traded somewhere, or something happens with him. I think he's a player that knows, he needs to make the most of the opportunities that he's given. Granted, they haven't been a lot as of now, but, tonight is one of those opportunities against one of the most informed teams in MLS, right? So big time for him to come in against a credible team like the Union are and hopefully affect the match in a positive manner. One other thing that I noticed is not Edwin Mosquera, Tristan Muyumba. This is now how many matches he hasn't started for Atlanta United. I understand that they want to kind of ride the hot hand with Jay Fortune, but now this is how many matches in a row that we've not seen him play or not seen him start.
Four or five at least, I think.
Yeah.
It's been a minute, and that's just one of those things. You're getting something different out of Fortune, and this one is a gamble, I think, because Philly, for all their annoying tendencies, they will somewhat press, right? They're going to be annoying trying to press, not like Red Bulls press, not super pressing high, but they're going to try to win the ball back in good spots with that diamond in the midfield, and Muyumba tends to be at least a little cleaner on the ball. I'm not saying his passing has been phenomenal lately, because it hasn't.
Right.
I think ultimately Jay is bringing you a little bit more of a spark, and I think he's just winning the battle in terms of I want it more than Muyumba.
Yeah,
and right now I think that's really what it comes down to with all of these positions.
Yeah, Omer saying Tristan has gone in winter. I mean, I imagine he's even more expendable now with his. I don't want to say good form that Fortune is in, but Fortune's been in decent form. It's kind of dipped a little bit for him, but looks like he's been able to contribute a little bit more than Yuba has been able to contribute. And I said a few weeks ago, if Fortune emerges, it might be a situation where you put Yuba out on loan, or you transfer him out of the team, maybe get a return for him, because you'll get something for him. You'll get something for him again, whether it's a transfer or a loan with an option to buy or something like that. So he's going to be one player, one of many, that will have to be evaluating to see, okay, is this a player that could be part of the future of Atlanta United in 2025 and beyond, especially with the new GM and the new head coach, whether it be Patrick Vieira or whoever it is coming in. So
100%. I mean, that's the thing. And, I see it being asked in the chat, how like realistically, how much of the starting 11 is going to be here next year? And
No.
Pedro Amador, Alexei Miranchuk,
Yeah.
probably Jay Fortune, Steon Gregerson, and Derek Williams.
Saba.
And Saba. Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think it's all up in the air at this point.
Williams? Derek Williams?
I think Derek Williams. I said Derek.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the center back, because the center back core has admittedly been really good this year.
Better. Yeah, you just can't score.
Right.
Yeah. You got something to mention real quick before we move
We
forward?
do. Oh, look, iOS doing updates and making things.
You lost it.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. Okay, we're good. iOS starts doing weird stuff and making my job difficult.
Uh-oh.
So that being said, all right. So Scarves and Spikes listeners, I know this is not one that we put on the podcast later on after the fact, but American Family Insurance, the main kit sponsor for Atlanta United, has been ever since the very beginning. They are, there it is, doing a really cool giveaway. You can enter at amfam.com/united. It is a training day experience giveaway. So you go sign up, go to that. We'll put the link in the chat as well, but you enter for a chance to win an exclusive training day with Atlanta United. You and a bunch of friends go to the training ground. You get some official, I believe, custom kits, get to meet some players, get to go through like an entire training day at the training ground, go do like a tour, the whole 9 yards. Super really cool thing. So wanted to give you guys a quick shout. We're going to be kind of promoting it over the next, couple weeks, Sydney, I believe.
Yeah.
But you got the graphic up there. You can go to our website. There's a big banner at the top. You can go check out all of our social media. And then the link is over in the chat. So
yeah, amfam.com/united has all the rules and information and all the stuff you need to know about it. But yeah, definitely enter and hopefully you win.
Yes. Then you can bring in some friends.
Yeah, exactly. 4 friends with you to have a VIP experience at the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Training Ground. So amfam.com/united to enter, and good luck.
And for anybody that's never been, I know we have some listeners that are season ticket holders, and of course that was a big thing that Pineda had kind of made happen over the past couple of seasons, so people could visit. The training ground is like top of the line. That place is top class. So, and now they're doing the work on it to expand on it even more. So it costs nothing to enter, guys. Just go put your name in the hat and see what happens. Y'all, for those that have listened for a long time, you remember the last contest that we promoted on this show, one of our listeners won it the next time they did the Flags Out competition after we had Tony. So
yeah,
maybe that luck will continue.
We'll see.
And you can heed our words and go enter and win you something really cool.
Ariel just entered. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stuff.
But yeah, amfam.com/united to enter. I saw earlier, it looks like Andre Blake is starting for the unit. He started the past match or 2 for them. So
I mean, I don't expect anything less.
He'll be in there for them this evening. But Ua, Barbo, Gastag, that lethal front line, McGlynn, Sullivan, Flock, Wagner, Elliott, Glesnes, Harrell, and Blake in goal. So pretty much a preferred starting 11 for Tim Curtin. Even though we don't think it'd be anything different. But yeah, really first choice starting 11 for him.
Yeah, pretty standard. Blake being not injured anymore, he'll hold that spot until somebody pries it out of his cold dead hands, I think. And then I don't want to see the Sullivan brothers have any success against Atlanta. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with all the Twitterness that's going to go on after the fact.
Remember that Brendan Aronson had his first MLS goal against Atlanta United?
It's always Atlanta. It's always Atlanta. Somebody's going to come out of a slump. Somebody's going to set a record. Somebody's going to do something cool against Atlanta United. It's just the way it goes down.
I mean, I don't mean to laugh, but it's
But it's
just
true.
one of the claims to fame for Brennan Aronson. We're like, who is this kid? And I was playing for the U.S. men's national team.
That's not what I want to be famous for.
Right? No, exactly. Are you sticking with your prediction, by the way, for this match, or are you changing?
What did I say? 2-2 draw? Is that what I said?
Yeah, I think you did say 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that.
Yeah, I think I said 3-1, right? 3-1.
I think you did. Yeah.
Philly. Yeah,
I think Tommy said
3-1 Philly.
2-1, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like I said, I don't think they'll win. It's not being negative. Again, they've played well against teams that they shouldn't beat. Miami, Columbus at home. You can count numerous examples of that happening. And I think this will not be the same case. I think Philadelphia are just too informed, clicking at just the right time. They're going to be a tough out, as Tommy mentioned the other day. They could be in the 8-9 matchup. I think right now Toronto's an 8. I think Philadelphia easily beats Toronto. That means they'll play Miami, and I think they would have half a chance to beat Miami. I think that's worst case scenario for the Inter Miami is to see Philadelphia the 8-9, whoever comes out of the 8-9 matchup. So Philly just really
Unless
informed
it's
right
Atlanta.
now. Unless it's Atlanta, but yeah, exactly. But no, Philly just very, very much informed, and yeah, we will hope for the best tonight against the Philadelphia Union in Chester, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and we are going to be doing a Patreon watch along starting shortly after we get done here. So if you're not on Patreon, come join Patreon, patreon.com/scarves and spikes. Got a bunch of different tiers, but any of them, you can come join the Patreon, have fun with us. And if you are in the Patreon, come join. We're going to be having fun. I have some drinks I'm going to have and partake in. And hopefully we watch this team actually win in Chester, Pennsylvania. But it'll be fun.
Yeah, but again, if you're not a Patreon backer, patreon.com/scarves and spikes, as Tyler said. Also, our MLS Monday show, Monday at 7 p.m. We'll talk about all the action from Match Day 35, including this one, Atlanta at Philly. Look at Atlanta versus Montreal at home on Wednesday, and all sorts of great stuff. MLS Monday, 7 p.m. here on our YouTube channel, on X and Facebook as well. And our 3 takeaways will be later on tonight, right after the match. So, yeah, stick with our YouTube channel, and yeah,
we're scoreboard watching, folks.
Yeah,
so these MLS Mondays will be interesting, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. We'll see you if you're a Patreon backer on the watch along. Everyone else, we'll see you after the match.
See y'all.